If you're looking for a healthy, easy, doable salad recipe to bring along to all of your barbecues, picnics, and cookouts this summer, this classic creamy coleslaw recipe is for you. All it takes is 5 ingredients and 10 minutes, and I am telling you, every time I make this healthy coleslaw, somebody asks me for the recipe. It's so good that I even included it in the Clean and Delicious cookbook because sometimes it's the simplest recipes that deserve the most praise. Now, in the name of ease and saving time, I often buy a bag of coleslaw mix, which is simply sliced green cabbage with a little bit of purple cabbage and some shredded carrots mixed in. This is an easy shortcut option that turns a 10-minute coleslaw recipe into a 5-minute coleslaw recipe. But you can, of course, also slice the cabbage yourself. And here's exactly how you would do that. Remove any tough outer leaves or bruised outer leaves. Then you're going to trim off the bottom of the stem. Stand the cabbage upright on that flat bottom so it's nice and stable. Then I take my knife over the top and slice the cabbage straight through in half. From here, I like to pop the core out, which you can see right in the center. And I do that by bringing my knife down into a V-like angle on both sides, and then the core will come out super easily. Then I'm going to take each half, cut it into quarters, and then thinly slice the quarters into nice thin strands, just like this. And then once you get to the end, you could just flip it over and then keep cutting. It just makes the job a little bit easier. And then to make sure that these strips of cabbage aren't too long when you're eating, I like to slice them in half or thirds depending on how big the cabbage is. Now, just a side note, you could certainly mix some red cabbage or some shredded carrots into the green cabbage just for color if you're slicing it yourself. But from a flavor perspective, using all green cabbage is absolutely delicious. So there's no need to buy the extra ingredients unless it really lights you up. Now, this recipe calls for a 12-ounce bag of cabbage mix, which is anywhere between 6 to 8 cups of cabbage if you're slicing it yourself, which is equivalent to 1 small head of cabbage, which I find happily serves 4 people. Now, one optional step is fresh herbs. I personally love to level up the flavor of this salad by adding in a small handful of chopped cilantro. Parsley would also be absolutely delicious. But truth be told, if I'm making this on a busy weeknight, I do skip the fresh herbs, but I still wanted to share it with you all because it really is delicious. From here, all we need to do is make the coleslaw dressing, which I like to do right in the same bowl so we don't have any extra dishes to wash. So I'm going to start with 1/4 cup of mayonnaise. Whenever possible, I look for a mayonnaise that is based with avocado oil instead of seed oils. And then I have 1/4 cup of plain Greek yogurt. This is going to lighten the coleslaw up a little bit, plus it adds a little boost of protein. Then I love to add a couple of crushed cloves of garlic, a nice big fat pinch of salt, and some black pepper. And then I'm going to gently mix this all together. Now you're going to notice that this coleslaw is a much healthier option than your traditional classic coleslaw recipes because number 1, it doesn't use any sugar. And number 2, that Greek yogurt helps to create a great balance, just lightening the final dish up a bit. But keep in mind, you could do this with all mayo or with all Greek yogurt. So as always, pick the option that works with what you have on hand, what you love or prefer, and or what works with your personal goals. Not only is this coleslaw great as a side dish for your traditional summer foods like burgers or grilled chicken, but we also love serving it on top of tacos, or on top of my famous pulled pork, which I'm going to link for you guys down in the description box below. I hope you guys give this one a try, and when you do, come on down to the comments below and let me know what you think. As always, thank you so much for watching. I'm Danny Spees, and I'll see you back here next time with some more clean and deliciousness. Cheers!
So good.